The way your website looks in WordPress is controlled by what we call a theme. All content management systems have something like a theme. Now, they may call it a template, they may call it a theme, they may call it something else, but WordPress calls it a theme. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at themes in a little bit more detail right now. Now, the way to do it is I'm going to come over here and look at my appearance on my left-hand side. You can see I have themes, customize, widgets, menu, background, and even a theme editor. I'm going to look first at my customize because I want to look at how do I customize the theme that I have. And if I come here, notice it's going to give me kind of what actually my website right now would look like if I went to my website. And this customization tool off my left-hand side allows me to make a lot of modifications real easily. So for example, you'll see site identity, and this is going to be my site title and tagline, which right now I find in the upper left-hand side of my website. So here I have, for example, my tagline, just another WordPress site, and I can come in here. I'm going to change this. And notice you can see the updates occurring in real time. Now, this is just in this little preview window. I won't actually make these changes until I hit the publish button here. But this kind of lets me see, oh, I'm going to make a couple of changes and see what it looks like. Why don't you see some more changes? And I'm going to do some things like that. I also have a chance to select a site icon, which I can upload, and it needs to be at least 512 by 512. And you see some information here on the screen about that. The idea being that, hey, my site icon, that's what's going to appear in the upper left-hand side. If I'm looking at tabs on the side of a desktop and I've got multiple tabs, you see a little icon on the left-hand side. It can be used, for example, if you save a website to your screen on an iPhone or an Android, so you have quick access, that's where you're going to see that icon. And that's why it needs to be so large. And you use this little arrow here. This is kind of my back arrow. Let me go back to customizing the site. I can choose things like adding a background image. I can select an image either from my existing media store, which we'll talk about later, or I can upload a new image. I have an option of selecting what my menus are going to be. Now, it gives me an option here to create a new menu if I don't have a menu that's already created. We're going to talk about menus in a lot more detail later on, so we're going to just kind of bypass this for right now. Widgets, we'll talk about widgets in more detail in just a few minutes. Your home page settings. Now, this is also going to be under your options. We'll see in a little bit, but I want to talk about them real quick. So your home page settings lets you choose either a static page, that's a single page that you can look at, or as a series of blog posts. So depending upon, am I use this as a regular website or as a blog, something like that, which do I prefer? And it's just a radio button to make that choice. My excerpts, this is going to be on my archive pages or any page where I have more than one post potentially. I can choose to show a summary, which is just a little preview of what my post is about, or the full text. So there's just a couple of options in there. And then I have some additional CSS. So if I knew what these different tags and titles were and stuff like that, I could put them in there to use. So a lot of customization can be done, and depending upon what theme you have, you might see more or less of these values in here. This gives you just a simple way to kind of customize and tweak your theme. Some of the older themes don't have very many, if any, ability to tweak. Other themes have tons of options you can tweak. You can change between colors, and they have different colors that you can choose from. And you can choose between different fonts and background header images and a wide variety of things. So a lot of it's just very dependent upon your theme and what you're trying to do with your theme. When you're done, click Publish. That's just going to save it for you. And then you can click the X, and that will take you back to the last page you were on.